Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm trying something new and I don't know if it's going to work, but this could potentially be the pilot for a show called Trip Rants. The basic premise is that I have a box of stuff that I keep in my car for whenever I go on a wrestling road trip, and I ask the guys in the car to sit with me for 20 minutes and talk about a random subject which will be on these in this. I asked people on Facebook what they thought were controversial topics that we could discuss, and now I'm going to go through what we've got. Did Brett screw Brett? Should the WWE be removing people from the Hall of Fame once their past transgressions have come to light? Should WWE be actively breaking kayfabe on the WWE network? So all of these are going in to my little box, and we'll randomly pick. You can have a road trip anywhere. You could have different guys each time, and we'll randomly pick a topic and we'll discuss it for about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes. So I'm actually going through people by name. Those three were my suggestions, but we've got Ross Briffett says, why are there not more people with disabilities involved in the wrestling business? God, the thing is, I've got so much to say about all of these things. I can't wait for some of these to come out. Nathan Bradshaw says, should blood be banned from wrestling? Ash Preston says, does wrestling lead wrestlers to work themselves out of reality? Alan Wilde says, has the wrestling business changed for the better now that the little guys have broken through to be main eventers and not just the jacked guys? Okay, and John Morley says, is the WWE the be-all and end-all in the world of wrestling? How can the flourishing Japanese and UK scenes help each other to become stronger? Richard Travis says, should wrestlers sleep with rats? Some of these are going to be a lot of fun. Gerard Hall says, is midget wrestling okay? I've paraphrased some of these a little bit, but basically the topic matter has stayed the same. Carl Robinson says, should a wrestler's past, anything from tweets to being in porn, have an effect on a wrestler's future career? My former commentary partner Ian Correa says, do the combination of smart fans combined with the modern world's increased accountability on saying insensitive things, sincere or not, prevent true heels? Do you know, I'm not going to fold them up anymore, I'm just going to read through them. Jamal Lewis says, why do the WWE find Hulk Hogan's racial comments so offensive when they align perfectly with the ethics and mindsets of many of their executive staff, and they have a history that involves the mistreatment of African American workers and giving said workers negative stereotypes? Pete Stevens says, is kayfabe completely dead? Chris Blackwood says, should wrestling be unionised to allow better working conditions, opportunities for performers? Rob Maltman says, would people still watch wrestling if the WWE folded? Rob Maltman also says, from Rico to Adrian Adonis, wrestling doesn't do real gay. And is the world ready for a dominant gay babyface? Steve Sutton says, does backstage politics overshadow the business? Steve also says, why does the wrestling business need ultra-violence? And would the industry be better without hardcore wrestling? Another one from Steve, should wrestling fans remember Chris Benoit the wrestler rather than Chris Benoit the murderer? Gilligan Gordon says, funny internet videos negate working. Discuss. Gilligan also says, people these days don't deserve to work. Is it okay that the older generation refuses to let go of the past? Another one from Gilligan. Stereotypes. Wrestling's way of making money off your bigotry. Discuss. Gilligan again. Steroids. They made the early 90s awesome, so what if people died? This is from Sparks from Future Shock. Is backyard wrestling a relic of the 2000 era or a more elitist subculture? Aaron Bailey. Why are women written so badly on TV? Rich Hopkins. Will wrestling always be niche? Another one from Rich. Will women's wrestling ever be accepted as anything more than eye candy in mainstream culture? Rich Hopkins again. Don't try this at home. Does anyone listen? One from Dean Puckering. Does wrestling finally require an off-season rotating rosters or some sort of union for the long-term health of performers? Michael Melling. Is it time for a wrestling company to use a ranking system to make wins and losses mean more? Cameron Rakorsky says, when people, parents, friends, society, whoever, dismiss it by saying wrestling is fake, what do they mean? And what replies should wrestling fans have ready at their disposal? Finally, another one from Cameron. Wrestling is for lowbrow audiences. Discuss. So, that's it for now. A lot of interesting topics have gone into my little pot. So stay tuned and tune in to the first episode of Road Trip Rants.